Good evening and welcome to the Atheist Sermons. Tonight I'm joined by this 1954 Hansel and Gretel comic book, this fedora, and a Rolling Rock bottle cap. Put that right there. Last time we talked about what an atheist actually is, and really the definition is simple: someone who doesn't believe in God. I suppose that episode could have just been that long. I apologize. On tonight's episode, I'd like to follow that by addressing one of the next logical questions that an atheist might get, one I've been asking myself. If you don't believe in God, then what's the meaning of life? Well, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked. I'd like to tackle this in two parts. The first part tonight will be what is the meaning of life, specifically for an atheist. And in the second part, I'd like to talk about things in life that have meaning and what that is to an atheist, or what it could be to anybody. So, what is the meaning of life? Well, I would expect that if you're a religious person, you view life as a transitory sort of audition for the afterlife or heaven. If you are good enough and worship in the prescribed methods, you get to go to heaven or an afterlife for all eternity and have a comfortable existence there. Now, let me be clear, I don't think that's a religious person's only meaning for life. I know lots of religious people who give their lives all kinds of other meanings. They follow various pursuits and hobbies, and some of them dedicate their lives to other things entirely. So what's the meaning of life for an atheist? I have some really disappointing news. It's exactly the same as it is for a religious person. It's just that we're not worried whether or not we're going to get into heaven. You see, a religious person and an atheist are actually really common in a lot of ways. We grow up, we go to school, we go to work, we buy groceries, maybe we have a family, we have hobbies, we do recreational activities. All of us are going through life on the most basic level, and that level is survival. What is survival? Well, up until humans emerged on the planet, survival was basically living long enough to reproduce so that parents could pass on genetic information to their offspring. Even early humans only had this one so-called purpose. Now, here's the dilemma. Humans have a lot of free time to ponder things. If you're fortunate enough to have a fortunate life, we've got a lot of free time nowadays. We don't have to spend it on just surviving. And what tends to happen is we start to think, why am I here? What is the purpose of life? The problem with asking that question is that it implies that one simple, concise answer exists. Well, I submit to you that because purpose and meaning are human words describing a human concept wrapped up in human emotions to answer a human question, that any answer any human gives to that question is the right one. For me, I see life as an experience. I'm here, I'm alive, I want to see what life is like. You know who I really envy are those people who, they're living life every day. Live life to the fullest. They see the world. They have as many new experiences as they can. In my opinion, these people are truly living. What could be more meaningful? Now, that having been said, if you have a quiet life sitting in a comfortable chair reading away your days, then you are fulfilling your life's meaning, and I commend you for it. You see, that's just it. We each give our own lives meaning. I've been asked by religious people, well, if you don't believe in God, why are you here? What's the meaning of life? And I always have to ponder that question, because I think for me, it changes as I change myself. My life's meaning changes as I grow in age. When you're a child, the meaning of life is very different than when you're a young adult or when you're an old person. And I think that's just human nature. So what is the meaning of life for an atheist? Who cares? Are you living happily or are you living miserably? I think Jim Carrey said it best. The meaning of life is just try to be happy. That's really all you can do. I do have to say this. I really hope that religious folk don't think that their life is more meaningful than mine because I don't believe in God. To tell you the truth, that's just mean and rude. But if you do think that, please stay tuned for part 2 of this video, which is coming up soon. So please remember to like, subscribe, and share. And if you have comments, leave them below. Have a good day. Peace out.